I done started from the small grind, turned it up major. I remember all the hard times, that's what made me greater. Done departed from the haters, got no time, see you later. Always finish what I started, that's what I call major. No, I'm major.
Let's save together. Go ahead.
Yeah!
Nut ass. Let's work.
What's up, everybody, man? This has been a couple weeks, really like a month and a half of us putting this together, man. Let's
It's like
save
2
together.
months. It's like 2 months.
Probably solid 2 months since we linked back up, right?
No, I think I had a daughter for almost 3.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, daughter for like a year, but found out about her 3
Yeah. Fucking around.
We literally linked back up.
Wasting tape.
After 3 years. And we we went on like a little trip and shit. Like I had some shit going on our way back. He called me in the car. He's like, yo, bro, I got to let you know, like, I got a daughter. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? He's like, well, I've been talking to this girl, but I didn't think the kid was mine. I'm like, holy shit. Like, it's like this life is crazy. So Tony came back a new man for sure. And
We're going to keep this as a blooper for sure.
this is going on. This is it right here, dog. This is really from the heart, dog. People can feel this. There ain't no editing out, no cutting out, dog.
Crazy shit.
I mean, how we even got here is some crazy shit. I bought a fucking domain for $2,000 like 3 years ago. Like right when we stopped talking, I was like, I want to teach people about saving and investing through music. It didn't really go how I planned, so I just kind of like
We're definitely gonna cut this, Benny. No worries.
This is really the shit here. Like I don't want to cut this out, dog. This is really like this is what people want to see. This is raw, dog.
Nah.
Like
I don't think so.
we'll let Benny decide. Dog. He's the videographer, man. We're just here.
All right, man.
But I bought this for like, as a domain, and then I just never used it. So when we linked back up, we're like, we should, do a podcast. He's like, and I told him I bought this. He's like, well, to not waste your fucking money.
Right. It's like to waste your money on stupid shit, I guess. I don't know. Like to waste his money.
It's not a waste because it's like an experience, but I just toss it away. I'm like, I have no use for it.
Like I definitely like the first episode better.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Oh, you're talking about the trial run, right?
I like the first one better already. Nah. So, what would you like to talk about? Would you like to talk about Micron? Would you like to talk about Nvidia? Or would you like to talk about the investment ethics? Because I think we should touch on the investment ethics. Just
I think
run through it one good time, just to like let the viewers know how
Micron and Nvidia's now. So that's what we're currently doing. But I think we got to break down how we even got to be playing options like that.
Yeah, I think we should go through the rules. These rules are designed to keep you out of trouble, to mitigate your risk, and to help you better see the light on certain days. So we're gonna start with number 1, right? Like number 1 is build your long-term positions and never sell out for options.
Tony needs to hear this one.
Yeah. I break this rule constantly all the time, but more of the story is every time I break this rule, I end up losing money. So this rule is a pretty solid rule, and I've designed this rule so we don't lose money, and we kind of keep our long-term positions like what we're doing and what we're working on,
Like, for instance, I'm buying NVDY, which is the option income strategy for Nvidia from YieldMax. Shout out to you, Jay Pasquarelli, right?
Yeah.
That's his last name? Oh, shit, go down with him.
Yeah,
I think that's how you say it, but
YieldMax, yeah. You talking about the YieldMax guy?
Yep.
Jay?
So
yeah.
that's like a monthly...
Pretty smart guy.
Yep, that's a monthly... basically dividend that pays you based off of like their option strategy. So as I buy into there, like that's non-negotiable. There's certain long-term positions I'm like, I'm not selling.
Look, we got it in the war pit. We got NVDY and MSTY. These are kind of like the 2 best ones right now that are performing for YieldMax. And then, you have Coney too. A lot of people like Coney.
Yeah, they've been going crazy on Reddit about that.
Yeah, like I pretty much like NVDY, MSTY, and I like TSLY. Because if Tesla ever decides to make a huge comeback here, you know what I mean? It's it's gonna do pretty well. It's the only one out of the Magnificent 7. I said that right, actually.
Tesla, right earlier.
Magnificent Tesla. Yeah, no, it's literally the only Mag 7 stock that's in the red.
Down like 40% year to date, I think.
I think like 20 something.
Maybe 1 year 40.
Yeah. Like I
Something that.
wouldn't be surprised. It's pretty banged up.
And then there's also the one that I'm a fanatic
pretty
of.
banged up.
With you getting banged up by whatever.
Yeah, I'm getting banged
right?
up by
We're
the
right
outside field of Philadelphia. The outside.
We're right here in Chinatown, man. My backyard. This is no like extra crazy studio. This is no like fake anything. Like we're literally here in my backyard. I had my homie graffiti this. Actually, someone I just met on Instagram through another mutual homie. Like
you just met him randomly, but he did a
I paid him,
decent job.
Yeah.
No, I mean, of course you paid them, right? Of course.
Well, Rusto, shout out to you, man. Yeah. So, and I was like, man, these are like a lot of names that well, me and Tony together, we believe in. Like Chipotle is one of them names. I had a larger position early on, but because I just love the stock. It's the largest restaurant owned solely by the company. There's no franchise. They own every single store, and they make all the money off of every store, which is pretty crazy for a restaurant. How many times you hear Wendy's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A? Like
I let Steve buy the Chipotle. He has a lot of points over there.
That's our rule. That's Tony's. What is it? Consultant fees. That's your consultant fee.
That's my consultant fee from Steve. I'm like, yeah, like I'll set you up with some good long-term leaps, and you'll buy me a Chipotle in exchange. I thought it was a pretty cheap deal.
Oh, for sure.
Like I know people who charge a few $100 an hour easily for this kind of stuff.
Just a couple people might charge that much.
It's like, yeah, just give me like $3.50 an hour. No worries.
And that also brings us on because Tony I was heavy in Nvidia. Like I was just buying so many shares in October 2023 at like $400, $500, and it kept going up. And I was like, I couldn't make money to buy them fast enough. And I just held it and I kept holding it. And then when we linked back up, I'm like, bro, I turned like 20 grand to like 80 grand. Like, and he was like, well, bro, like, you know about YieldMax? Like, you know about NVDL? And I was like, what the fuck are these? Like,
yeah, like you kind of spread your money around,
NVDL is GraniteShares is another company that has products similar to YieldMax, except those give you 2 times exposure to some of these big names. So like NVDL's up like 400%. But I think we should probably get on number 2, which is income should be invested first and bills paid second, budget accordingly. Now, I make a pretty decent amount of money off some options sometimes and, just working. So I just invest a lot first and I kind of pay my bills on the tail end and I budget like that. Some of you guys might,
it's true.
Make like a little bit. Like you should be putting some of your money to work for yourself first. And I can't tell you how to make money in your life. I can't tell you how to budget your life because I don't know your life. But what I can tell you is you should be like allocating something to put away, whether it's in these names or not.
It's like an investor die season, right? Like
investor die.
I mean, that's what everybody's saying nowadays, right? Investor die.
Well, who said that, right?
Josh
Brown.
Yeah, I think we was watching something with Josh Brown. Josh Brown said investor die. Yeah,
that's
legend.
True, though. We're living off that, Josh Brown. Trust me, investor die.
Yeah,
without a doubt. We want to preach it to the youth, just like you. I know you do. So
like rule number 3 is curb your enthusiasm on green days and control your emotions on red days, because there's going to be some red days where you make the wrong trade, or you make the wrong move, or you're late to the party, or you're early to the party. There's going to be all sorts of things that might happen to you. So
I'm down 30 grand on Nvidia for the past week.
Yeah. So
not even phased.
You could be down, but doesn't mean you're out.
Yeah.
And just learn how to control your emotions when things are going sour. And when things are going great, don't get too ahead of yourself, Just kind of curb your enthusiasm, relax, take it little by little, slow, and you should be okay.
Make sure you're doing research on what you're investing in, too, because if you're just investing in something, this is GameStop, and it's at a low price, and I think it could go up, or any company, you didn't really look at, like, the fundamentals of the company, what they do, what kind of products they have, what industry they're in. Like, shout out to Warren Buffett, man. Like, you shouldn't be investing in things just for the price. Like, it's about the company. You're buying a piece of the company. So for me being in Nvidia, I'm in it so much, and I look at it like
just a long-term hold. Yeah,
I believe they're going to be here for a long time. So even on some red days like this, hey, you know what? It's an opportunity to buy.
What are you going to do? Where else you getting your chips from?
Yeah. AMD, Intel, but they're nowhere near. I actually looked up NVIDIA spending last quarter. They spent like $2.2 billion on research, and AMD spent like $1 billion, 1.1. So it's just crazy how NVIDIA is so much farther ahead. and they're still spending even more on research. Intel's spending like $4 billion, and they're in the they're in the red.
No,
So it's
I
like,
mean, it's just R&D. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Just because you spend your money on R&D doesn't mean it's gonna get anywhere.
Very true, very true.
It's just, you know,
So
it's like
number
what
4.
GameStop, AMC. Like, I mean, you could bet on those stocks, but the companies, I mean, are they making money? They're not really making money, but are they volatile sometimes? Yeah.
And you know
but-
what? Shout out Roaring Kitty, because obviously, like, you're a legend. You know, like, we respect you for what you did and everything. But you know, there's a lot of people that look at that and they're like, "Man, this is how I'm gonna get out." And it's like we actually don't really believe that.
That's
Like,
not. That's not really it. That's not really a great way of investing. Just buying AMC and GameStop because you've seen it on Reddit. It's not really a thing. But anyway, let's move on. We got number 4 here. When it comes to options, if you're doing short-term trades, I particularly like to do short-term trades during earnings season. Sometimes you can bet on an earnings that's, it takes off to the upside, or could be a massive sell-off. And either way it go, you want to be kind of prepared for it. So I think from our history and from our time of trading, we developed a good 70-30 rule.
when we first linked back up, we were looking at Chipotle. We looked at some of these other names that we didn't play them. And then when we played AMD, I put like $3,000 up just straight on calls. Tony put like 1,500 up. We got smacked. It was just, actually, it really wasn't that. It was straight crickets getting smacked.
This guy.
Nah, I was sick though. We were sick, and we was like, dude, like, why are we playing one way when we can be playing both ends? Like.
I mean, make a long story short, when you're playing short-term options and stuff, which you probably shouldn't be playing unless you have a very, very, very great understanding of options, especially short-term options, because the theta is so high on these things, you're gonna lose money instantaneously. Every day the market opens, you're gonna lose money, so you better know which way it's going. I particularly like to do call debit spreads during earnings and some put credit spreads to the downside. If you're going to be in these earnings plays, which some of you are, some of you aren't, some of you probably don't even understand what I'm saying, and some of you do, I would say just keep it safe and play it nice and slow. So, let's keep it going. So let's go with number 5. All right, so if you're betting on options, just bet what you are comfortable losing, right? It's almost not like you're going to casino, but if you're playing options, short term, you want to be bet not too much. Bet what you're comfortable losing. And if you're doing long-term options, long-term leaps, which we highly suggest you do, those are much better plays. You have much more time, and you can actually make more money, and it's kind of even less risky in some instances.
And
in most instances, honestly.
A lot of people probably heard about options and, GameStop especially.
Yeah, just long-term in the money calls on like really
we're gonna go in
large
with
cap
people
names,
eventually
can make
about
you a lot
it,
of money.
More what we're doing and stuff.
So then we have number 6, just gonna keep rolling.
Keep on
number
rocking.
6 is look at every lesson as a blessing. You could look at the lesson as like, oh my God, like I hate my life. This is never gonna work. This is not going down. Or you can look at it as a lesson.
Shouldn't use the Lord's name in vain.
And learn from it, and learn. Because sometimes the lesson can be the blessing. And
But losing a bunch of money, for instance, like we just said, AMD, wow, like we wouldn't have been able to learn that lesson without going through.
And look,
the
and
situation.
it kind of saved us a bunch of times on future plays. So, these rules we're creating are just to help you mitigate risk. Whatever you do is totally up to you. But I say if you play with these rules, you should be all right. We're going to go with number 7. I would definitely say look at the futures market to determine market sentiment. If you know what the futures market is, just, turn on CNBC, turn on Bloomberg channel and watch the daily
go on
movement in
Google
the
and type in
markets.
futures market.
Yeah, just, just go type
will
in.
Probably come up and you'll see.
I mean, just go, you can Google CNBC pre-market data and just look at which way the markets are swinging. Just doesn't really tell you much, but, just tell you what's going on.
The direction for the day. Because, hey, say if you're like, yo,
like the market, like you could look at it and the market could be down 1 or 2%.
But maybe you were waiting another day to invest in something.
Or like the market could be up 1 or 2%, maybe a 0.5%, who knows? But definitely check it, see what's going on. read the headlines, watch CNBC. You know, that's definitely a rule number 7. Turn on CNBC, go watch it.
I got rule number 8, man, because this was for me right here. Think before you speak and double check all information. So there was a day when we were talking about some options, and I think it was Alibaba, maybe. It might have been. And I was like, yo, Alibaba's earnings are today, and
So
when they actually rescheduled the date,
which
for
they
the
do that
report,
sometimes.
which I didn't see it because I just read it there. So we wound up playing some options. Now my account's over 25,000. Tony's is under. So if you're not familiar, essentially, if you know, we're on Robinhood, you're able
like
to
the day
sell,
trading rules.
Yeah, the day trading rules. You're able to sell, you know, in and out of contracts. As long as you're over 25,000, they don't keep a tab of how many times. If you do it a certain amount of times,
Yeah, like if you're under 25,000, you can't do it more than 3 times in a week. So you know.
So
but
he
yeah,
was stuck in it, and then,
I was
because I
kind
didn't
of
double check my information.
like I was kind of stuck in the trade just for a day. Nothing too crazy. Actually got out, broke even on the trade, but you know, the earnings wasn't the next day. They ended up changing the earnings last minute. So I was telling them, I'm like, hey, definitely always double check your information because you know, maybe like let's say for example, we're looking at Snapchat to play some Snapchat calls for the end of July, because their earnings is July 22nd. But it's, what's today? It's June 24th. It's June 24th. So they're going to trade their earnings the 22nd. Maybe, you know, first week of July, they decided to change it to the 24th, which is, I think, a Thursday. Because they like to trade, they like to do earnings on Thursdays a lot, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Yeah, let's say they change it last minute, then the prior information you had before is no longer valid, and just your whole premise on jumping into the trade no longer works. You know, so you just want to be careful with things and always double check all your information. It's definitely number 8. And then number 9 is, you know, make decisions based on your own beliefs. We say that because we're gonna be doing a lot of trades live. I'm gonna show you how to take a small account of less than $5,000 and like build it up and build up dividends and show you how to operate on Robinhood. And I'm going to show you everything from the ground up.
Yeah, because wait, tell him now.
And then
when we didn't link up, you turned what, 2 into what? Like 100 something?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like I've turned this $7,000 account to 130. Yeah. Yeah, within like less than 90 days.
Like poor emotional intelligence of it all.
Yeah. I mean, nonetheless, you know, it's just, you know, you want to make these decisions based on your own beliefs. You don't want to make the decisions based off what we're saying. Like come to the conclusion yourself.
Just because Kathy Wood said Tesla's going to $2,500, like don't put all your money in there just because Kathy Wood said it.
I mean, I might if Kathy said it.
It's definitely going to be a factor into my belief.
No, but
on top of what Elon's
like make a long story short, we're gonna have a lot of good stuff for you and stuff. Like we're gonna have a lot of good names. A lot of good 2X names, a lot of good dividend names, a lot of good long-term names. You know, we're all down with the Mag 7. Like, it's like almost like a gang at this point. You know, we're going to make sure you stay out of trouble, and we're going to make sure you're in some good plays. And we're going to show you how to work a $5,000 account, and we're going to show you how to work a $60,000, $70,000 account. So for some of you guys out there that, you know, are interested in making some big bets, you know, we're going to make sure that we go step by step with Steve, so you can make some of those big bets with him.
Yeah.
And then for some of you guys that only, you know, have a few $100 or a few $1,000, we're going to make sure you bet along with me, and we'll get some small bets off with each other.
And honestly,
and we're going to be growing the accounts almost pretty much live with you guys, because we're going to be recording Mondays at 4, Tuesday at 4, and then probably drop
Monday and Wednesday.
Oh yeah, Monday and Wednesdays at 4.
Space it out, so we'll give you guys, you know, like now after the market on Mondays.
Yeah, so
and then
so it'll be
Wednesday
Tuesday.
After the market, we'll put it out Tuesday and Thursday in the morning, so people can kind of see where.
So yeah, so we're gonna
with
record Monday and Wednesdays at 4, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays the content's gonna come out. So everything's gonna be pretty fresh, all within 24 hours, so you can know what's going on and know what we're betting on, and like what our new ideas are. But yeah, those are our rules. We got 9 rules. We're going to run through them just real quick. Build long-term positions, never sell out. Income shouldn't be invested first, then bills paid second. Yeah, it should be, right? Curb your enthusiasm, number 3. On green days and control your emotions. 4, options short-term, earnings plays, anything. 70-30. 5, don't bet on options what you aren't comfortable with. 6, look at every lesson like a blessing. 7, look at the futures market. You know, watch some CNBC, figure out what's going on. 8, think before you speak. Double check your information. Don't give bad info like Steve sometimes, you know. But yeah,
Doesn't hurt to just double.
I mean, like I
quick.
broke even on that. It was cool. It was cool.
And make decisions based on your own beliefs. Because honestly, guys, we're not only here just like for the money, but it's really about like the visionary part. Because like me and Tony, no matter what we did in our life, we were always like visionaries. Like we never just saw it with our eyes. We saw it in our head first. And we know there's a lot of you guys out there that are like just like us. Like maybe you don't got the time or the money to really like figure it out. And we didn't really have mentors back then. Like Tony probably wishes he had an emotional mentor during his time of coming up. I probably just wish I had someone to help me manage my money.
I was trading too crazy for so long.
And I was making so much, I didn't even
the highs and the lows and the lows and the highs.
And it's like, this isn't normal investing. Like, we're not sitting like here and, you know, talking to you
like we're definitely going to fuck around,
like,
for sure.
We're fucking around.
Yeah, like we're going to fuck around. Like,
we want to save with y'all. Like, we really want.
Yeah.
You're never going to have to pay for any of this knowledge.
We're never gonna sell you a course too. So this is gonna be the coolest part about the podcast is that all these courses that they're showing you we're gonna show you all the stuff that they're showing you in the courses for free.
Just buy some merch if you want to support us.
Yeah, like if you want to support us, go buy some merch.
You like nice clothes.
Like I'm still gonna have my $69 MVDL course for January going on.
Literally.
But which we actually bought this morning. They first traded this morning. We were the first 3 option. We bought the first 3 option contracts today. It was really funny.
For January 2025.
Yeah,
Nvidia,
like I bought the $69 calls. I bought 2, and I'm like, Steve, look, these options just traded. I'm the first one in here. So, and then we bought a couple, and then maybe like 100 contracts more was bought later on throughout the day. It's kind of funny that we were the first ones in there today. But nonetheless, you know, if you want to support us, you know, definitely just go to the merch or just follow the page, whatever.
Yeah, we got
we're not we're not here to take your money.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna start a Discord soon, which is gonna be free for the first 50 people.
So like we just said, the information here, like we're never gonna charge somebody a course or anything, but like some of you guys are gonna want to, you know, take up some of our time.
Yeah,
and
like consultations and stuff. Like we're gonna have to set up consultations with people.
So we're gonna charge for that. And we're honestly really not gonna like charge. We're not gonna charge you guys $100. Like we're never gonna be them people that are like, here's $500 for the month.
We're gonna feed you too.
Yeah, we're gonna feed all the village. All Chipotle.
Everybody gets Chipotle.
Even be cool like live events at like a Barley.
Shake Shack too. Barley. I like
we rent
Barley.
a little room and we're like,
Barley.
yo, everybody pull
Barley.
up. Like we just want to do shit to like really have a community because we've had communities of people and it hasn't really been like like-minded people of like that we were. You know, we felt like we shared the same ideas, but it was just a lot of like partying and things like that. And
I mean, the parties were cool.
No, not saying it wasn't, but like.
Girls, money.
You can agree now this is a little more fulfilling on what we're doing than that.
I mean, like I love investing. I love numbers. I'm a number fanatic.
If he took off his head, you'd see his big ass head looking like Jimmy Neutron.
All right. I'm gonna take it off.
Peanut head.
I'm gonna take it off.
That's Captain Cranial. Bam! Bam!
It looks fantastic.
Nah, it's cool.
But just wanted to show my face a little bit more now.
So yeah, I think we're gonna kind of keep like 30-minute episodes for you guys. Like next episode we're about to do later this week, we're gonna really break down YieldMax and GraniteShares because so many people want to get rich off of options, and we're not saying you can't. Obviously you can. Tone's a walking testament to that. I mean, I've made a lot of money on options. I've been $1 million trader. Like he's definitely over that, and we just see, like, we even have our friend Andrew here. He's sitting back here, only live person here, watching us right now. And he's just been asking us questions, like, kind of as, you know, before we started and stuff. And he's like, man, I really want to get into this. And, you know, he's even been sitting here now just kind of quiet. But it's like we realize there's a lot of people that maybe don't make a lot or maybe have a little bit, and they just want their money to work for them. Peace of mind investing. Like that's really what we're going for. And
just like really good long-term stuff, you know. And like we like GraniteShares. We like the double leverage. We like the U Pro, the triple leverage S&P 500. Because I mean, listen, if you're gonna invest in a SPY, you might as well grab the U Pro, 3x that thing. You know, instead of 10 to 12% a year, you get your 30 to 36% a year, and you keep rocking.
For way less than the price too.
I mean, like. Nvidia is just like, you know, just a classic great American story right now. Just up nonstop, like Apple, like Microsoft. There's plenty of good names out there. You just want to be parked in good cash flowing companies where, over time, they're going to be there 5 years down the road.
We ain't going to get you there the fastest, but
20 years down the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to take that time.
There's going to be times where we're going to have some really good, amazing plays and we're going to make some quick money. There's going to be times where it's just going to be like knit and grit. You're just going to have to grind it out and get our deposits up and get flowing more into some of the YieldMax products for our dividend payments to be higher and get more exposure into the L's and get more into the U Pro and, even get into some growthier names like Hood and Shake Shack, TSL. I love that 2X thing up there.
Tesla, I think, is one of our biggest
Tesla,
underrated right now, undervalued.
It's super underrated, undervalued. I think Tesla is going to go through the roof. If Tesla
Especially
starts,
the robo-taxi in August.
if Tesla starts going crazy, TSL is like $8 a share. It's going to go from like $8 to like $30, $40, maybe even $50, $60. Like the same thing NVDL just did.
Yeah.
TSL could do the same thing.
Easily.
Go from like $8 to like $40, $50. You see a 400% or 500% return on that thing. Within like a few years, people will lose their minds.
You got to envision. You got to believe.
Yeah.
Do the research too.
I think Tesla's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I mean, guys, girls, and like we're gonna like really, really like hook it up here. We're gonna do a small account through me and a bigger account through Steve. So you're gonna have a $5K account and you're gonna have a $50,000-$60,000 account. So it's like a 10x difference. So if you're trying to bet a few $100 or you're trying to bet a few $1,000, we're gonna have some decent things going on. And long-term leaps is probably the only things we're going to give y'all. And then anytime we bet something short-term, we'll be more than happy to share it with you. But, rule number 9 is make decisions based on your own beliefs. So don't just follow us into a trade. We're not allowed to, tell you what to do with your money. But we are going to educate you on some of these products, which we are totally able to do legally. Yeah. So
that's it, man. And just tune in to us for the next one, man.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all tapping in with us, man, for sure. This is a fun time.
Gonna have fun, man. Hope to see y'all again.
Yeah.